Hello, everyone. Today's session bridges quantum research, machine learning, and cross continental experience from India to Estonia and beyond. And we are honored to have with us Dr. Bhavani Shankar Lilar, an accomplished Gen AI engineer and with a PhD from India and postdoc from Estonia. And he is working in Estonia with the organization as a Gen AI engineer. And today session, we will just ask. Thank you, first of all, thank you, Bhavani, just to join this session. I really motivated to have you in this session and to ask you questions and to learn from you, audience as well, and me as well. So, Bhavani, from quantum photonics to deep learning, how did that transition happen? What sparked your interest in Gen AI?
Yeah, Habib, thanks for inviting me. First of all, it is like a good opportunity to discuss about my path and or whole career and how to if someone in similar situation, how can they tackle that? Yeah, so about that question, actually, when I was doing PhD, I was working with quantum computations, basically uh, this page rank algorithm. Google page rank algorithm, quantum version of that. So we were stuck, like we wanted to like manipulate quantum states, and it is not very easy problem. So I was stuck there for almost like one semester. I was not saying how to proceed further. And then a small discussion with the colleague, I came to know that there is a back propagation algorithm in machine learning, and using that algorithm I will be able to manipulate quantum state for a small amount of time. So from there, actually, when I worked on that area, I like put multiple photonic crystal in tandem and then used backpropagation algorithm with some constraint, basically because in neural networks weights can negative, or but here it is light which is plated, so it is cannot be negative. So we considered all those constraints, and then I worked through it. And there, like after that, I learned more about machine learning, and during the end of PhD, I completely switched to machine learning. Yeah.
Ah, that's good. And another question: after spending few years in industry, how you opted for the postdoc and you just switched to this journey? And what was the inspiring motivation, or what was the motivating factors behind that?
Yeah, so as you see, like my PhD was in quantum computations. So my publications, I had actually four publication during that time, conferences, and those were related to quantum computations and like ML applications in quantum computation. So while I started working in industry, I was like, because my background is not fully machine learning, and I felt that I am struggling a little bit. So after I worked in a startup for some time and then Amazon. So after 5 years, I thought that it is now good time to like get some in-depth understanding and work on it, and as basically get some publication in that field. So I see a position in Estonia, which was relevant, and it was basically understanding in-depth ML models, like how they like it is interpreting models. So I worked in confidence calibrations of deep learning models there, and it was fun. We had a publication through that also in ECML, Italy, 2023. So yeah, this was actually why I went there.
Okay, that's good. And Bhavani, yes, you have worked across India, Estonia, and now remotely you are working. What were the biggest technical or cultural differences in machine learning research across these locations or countries?
Location wise, there is difference is basically happen when it is organization, how big, if it is early stage, if it big, these kind of like difference it will you will feel when I started journey. It was I was working with the startup, So there the culture was totally different because we did not had a lot of resources. We have to like optimize everything to work through it. And with the Amazon, it was like it is kind of, you can say, unlimited resources. So you are having full freedom and you can work through it. With like postdoc in Estonia, that is actually academic background, so that is the difference. Like it is, you need to like you don't see a business kind of thinking. You just need to understand technical problem and try to solve it. And currently, actually, I'm in India right now. With during I started in Estonia, so but last year I came back to India. So currently I'm in India. Up to last year I was in Estonia.
Okay, okay, that's and in your current work as a Gen AI and LLMs, what does a typical day look like, and what kind of challenges are unique to this space? Something like that.
So my work in LLM, it is basically input maintaining input pipelines for GenAI models, LLMs, and that is for to like incorporate different capabilities. Uh, so like if a model is trained like for general capabilities, if you can see like that's like ChatGPT, and if you want to see how it will respond if for a financial domain query, because financial data sheets and everything, they have different kind of language, different kind of anonyms or like. So to handle that you need a data set to build that capability. So we like have a lot of trainers where like we uh, get that data from there, and then we put fine tuning to LLMs. So in day to day work, it is like it depends on at what phase we are in that current campaign or like say capability. So if we are at initial stage, it will look like we are uh, defining the problem, how to like what kind of data we need to collect and all those things. And if we are at like later stage, it will be like continuous chain of fine tuning and then checking the evaluation matrices. And then again, if we see that there is a more scope of training or if data is not good enough, how to tackle that. So it is kind of really depend on at what stage of the project you are.
Okay, okay, that's good. And you have also what are the core skills or projects which help you stand out when applying to global roles like Amazon or Turning or something like that? What are the specific skills, core skills or projects?
So there are like Amazon is kind of, you can say, different because they you can see it's like those FANG companies, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. So they have different kind of criteria. There will be like behavioral round where they will ask questions about your like uh, if you have that situation in the miss, did you had that situation in the past and how did you tackle that, like conflicts, resolving conflicts and all those things. And they like stress a lot in coding. Basically you will have coding rounds, and then system design and proper understanding of ML models. So during like Amazon, I went through in 2019. So their time, it was like not LLM era. That was basically RN and RRN and like CNN and those in-depth understanding of those mathematical models, neural network models. So that was required. Currently, I think they might be like more interested in how you can use LLM models to applications like current frameworks and transformer architecture, in-depth architecture and understanding of that. So in that area, but like in those company, coding will be important, I guess. Coding will be always important, but I don't think other companies give that much stress.
Okay, and you also have supervised PhDs and worked in startups and tech giants. How should one think about career growth in machine learning today?
So basically, I will say if you like starting, like you are doing studies, then it is really important to have like basics strong. You cannot cheat that. You if you are currently start in your study time, like when you are student, you should be focusing on your basics, like all the linear algebra behind it, how LLMs are evolving or other machine learning models, what is mathematics behind that, and then you need to understand frameworks, whatever the Python framework libraries, how to use them. So that will be enough. But currently, if you are a working professional, then I think it because current boom is in LLM era, so you can start with building applications on LLM and then go backward, different models and understanding them, because now there are I see that there are kind of different kind of requirement in industry, where if you are able to put LLMs into work and build applications using it and deploy those models as a software engineer, that is also important. Those roles are considered as a ML engineer role. And then there are science role like data science or ML scientist role. They need to understand the working principles and all, in-depth understanding of the models.
Okay, okay, good. So, I mean, what's the next for you in Gen AI? For example, any areas or tools you are especially excited about in the coming years to learn and to grow something?
Uh, Currently, it is basically very competitive. But actually, I'm more interested in computer vision generations. Like NLP is about generating languages. But there are like generative models in computer vision like diffusions, and then there are like 3D models in NERF, which you can generate 3D point cloud using single image. So they are kind of really exciting. And then in history, like you can see there are like cross domain applications, like those models which were first built for computer vision, they were later used in NLPs, and those models which are first built for NLPs, they are later used in computer vision. Like one example is transformer, which was basically for NLP, and then there are strong applications in computer vision as well. So that is kind of quite interesting thing. And how do you incorporate both? It is the line is like thinning now. There is hardly any line, because uh, you can see any image or any text in into the embedding space. It is kind of in LLM domain, you can, like machine learning domain, you can see how do you represent your image or text. So that those vectors, so you can represent vectors or any language as well. And then once it is represented, it is kind of depends on that how those models have learned. You can make sense of that and you can build applications around it. So that is actually quite interesting currently.
Great, that's great. And Bhavani, what do you recommend for students from India and across the continents trying to break into research roles in Europe? Something.
So research roles are basically available, I can say in masters as well. But
Okay.
if you need like in-depth research, then you should do PhD or like postdoc. So for masters, it is not that difficult, because uh, you need recommendations, that is good. But uh, if you skip the scholarship part, it will be easier to get an admission in the master program. and there like you can work in research. But to like start your application, you should first see what you want to work, what is your like interests, and then see profiles of other professors and universities who are working in that area, and then connect with them. You can send an email, and most of the time you will get a reply. If you don't, you can like send a reminder. So if they see you interested enough, they will respond, and then you can like talk through it how to like get admission and research there. For industrial research, it is like similar overall. If you have experience in research, then it is easier. If you don't have experience, it is like quite difficult to get in industry research part, because they will see your like portfolio, research portfolio or publications, how have you done, so that you can build through academics, and then you can go to like research lab in industry. But academics, you can start with masters or phd by
Okay.
connecting different people.
Okay, great. And also about Estonia, Estonia because it is located in, you can say, is bordering with Russia and Ukraine. What is the situation there? And also Finland and Poland on the other side. To get the why you chose this Estonia for this PhD and for the postdoc and also for job and career, and how the Indians or Pakistanis or Bangladeshi can get this? What is the process? If you can guide the students, please.
Yeah, Estonia actually, as I told, like during my Amazon work, I was looking for like how to like in-depth understanding of ML models. So I see a job posting, post-op posting from Estonia. It was related to like confidence calibration of ML models, and I applied through it. I sent like my recommendations, professor lists, and after interview, I actually got selected. And yeah, so because where I was applying, I've seen that the list, professor list, like his publications, that was actually quite good, and I wanted to learn that, so I applied there. And to get there, I will recommend that you like go through the career postings. Basically, Indeed is good. Indeed.com, that is a website which is good for academic listing. There are some more academic listings also. I'm currently unable to recall that name, where you will specifically see the like academic listings, postdocs or PhDs. So you can like see i- i- which listing is matching your interest, and then can apply. And life actually, Estonia is not that much explored. Like if I've gone to Finland and other surrounding countries as well. So Finland was quite, you can see a lot of Indians and Pakistani, Bangladeshi also there.
Yeah.
And Latvia not that much, but through Poland and all, Poland you will see like it is kind of second like South Asia. It is totally different. But
Okay.
yeah, that and situation when the war started, it was quite like because they were not expecting it was totally unexpected thing, so they took a little care about it. And but now it is kind of, I think it is, because when I was there it was quite normal, not that much problematic. uh, but yeah, now people have like from India, Pakistan, and like Bangladesh also, people have known that country is there. And the Tartu University, that is actually very good university. It is very old. It established in 1632, so it's kind of 400 years old university. So yeah, it is kind of good. The only challenges you will face is like weather, because it is close to like Finland. close to north half. So in winter time, it will be like 6 months of like snow covered
Hmm.
and very little light. So that is the only like challenge you will face. Otherwise, it is quite easy to stay there.
Oh, great. That's good. And how the visa process and everything is easy to, and also documentation process. An individual can do this process, or it needs consultant something. And also, what is the minimum requirement for bank statement? This is what we especially need for these countries.
Yeah. So if you are getting like a job offer, then it
Mm.
is quite straightforward. Like a postdoc is considered as job only.
Yes.
So that is actually straightforward. You will not see any difficulties. If you are going through like student, then basically you will need to show a like bank statement, and how will you like support yourself there. But otherwise, like for if you had a job offer, it will be very easy. Nothing problematic, and after going there also it will be because Estonia is the like you can say the which you will never need to like use a pen to uh, got a document. It is
Mm.
fully digital country, and everything happens digitally.
Ah, okay, great.
So yeah, it is yeah, like what's kind of first digital, fully digital country.
Hmm.
So you, it is very very easy to get work done there, any work, and yeah, from India also. Like when I applied it, because that time it was Corona time, so embassy was closed multiple times. So my visa got delayed. Miss, I went there after 3 months
Okay.
in July, but I
Mhm.
started working from here only in May.
Great, great. Yeah, yeah. So good. So and another thing, how do you stay? Updated with the rapidly evolving Gen AI field. Apart from the research, what are the specific things you adopt to be updated with your field?
So first thing is like if you have like if you know the libraries and everything in framework how to use LLMs and GenAI, then you just need to like follow the current research. And nowadays it is kind of quite easy because like if you use Hugging Face library, you will be like having access to all those current state of the art GenAI models, uh, both open source and closed one as well with through the APIs. And like other papers which are like publishing, like current research is publishing, most of the time they will like publish their code on GitHub, and you will have access to it. You can go through it and run that code and try to learn that what they are trying to achieve. So that is like easiest way. And if you are like learning, then again you have to go through the whole process.
Okay, okay, that's good. And what was the most challenging algorithm or research project you have ever worked on, and how did you overcome it? Just as an example, a real story.
Yeah, so that is basically yeah, during postdoc only, while I was working with the like my problem statement was that if like you the deep learning models are basically overconfident, even if the like they have not seen the data during training time. So the data on which the model are trained, so that is considered as in distribution data, and which anything else which is out of distribution, it is unseen data. So that is like even if they predict wrong, like for an example I can say like a deep learning model, image classification model is trained to predict cat or dog. They are fed with images of cat and dog, and that inference time they will predict cat, either cat or dog. So suddenly if you feed a image of car, so it does not know it is car or not. Means it has to predict either cat or dog. So it will say something with that some probability. So that even if you feed a car model, it might say that it is a cat with probability 90%. So in that sense, it is overconfident, even if like in unseen distribution. So my problem, like research statement was to how do you estimate calibrated probability for those unseen environment, unseen distribution. So for that, actually, like it is quite challenging because first you have to like kind of your model should have inheritance properties to understand that it is out of distribution and then lower the prediction probability. So we actually build a lot of like uh, data set for different distribution. We try to fed multiple distributions. Let's say there are real images photographed and then there are paintings. So even if like on real photographs the cat and dog it is trained, then if you feed the painting of the cat, it is slightly shifted distribution, but it will not be able to give you like correct probability. So for that, like we try to build multiple like distributions from the same classification labels and train on them, and then we kept one distribution which is not seen. We consider that unseen distribution. So for that, we like try to like predict how good it at it is. So we modified the head, and then I proposed a like multimodal loss function, which is which was intuitive to me. But then for the publication, you need to show that how do you like why it is working. So at that stage also I like struggled a lot, and then we like came up with the solution because there is a proper score decomposition rule. So using that we derived that loss function, and then we modified the head and put two more layers so that it is better and generalizability. So so that it worked, and we get publication also. But yeah, it was quite because there are some things you will see intuitive, but how do you justify that? To justify that, you need to prove that. So in that sense, it was. I felt it was a challenging problem that time.
Great. Yeah, that's good. And Bhavani, just before closing, ending this session, I just want some advice for the audience, those people, students especially, and those who want to go Estonia or even want to groom. What's your final concluding remarks about them, and any advice you want, and anything in your mind you want to share?
So yes, for students, I will say like focus on basics. If you are going for academic degree there, then just focus on your basics and start researching that who are working in those area which you are working, and make a list, send them email, prepare a nice resume, a cover letter, which in cover letter is basically you should list why, like what is your interest and why you are good fit for it, and then send like emails. They will definitely respond. So that is kind of basics, like how to get anywhere. Actually it is not about Estonia or Europe. In anywhere in India as well, if you like, if you connected with the professor like before going and discuss with them some problems, it will be like they have understanding that you're enthusiastic about it, so they will give you preference. So that is the, for student, that is the like you this advice you will get from anywhere. Like most of the people will tell this story only. For job, it is kind of depends, because it is harder. If you are not in that country, it is harder to get job there. From India, you need to apply and see that, because most of the time they will see sponsorships, and that is the big challenge to get sponsorship. So yeah, it is difficult, but it is not impossible.
Great, thank you, Vani. Thank you for taking this time and for this detailed session and discussion. And to everyone, to the audience, to everyone tuned in, if Bhavani's insights sparked questions and inspiration, don't hesitate to connect with him here on LinkedIn, or you can comments. We can ask Bhavani. And thank you, Bhavani, again for your insights and for your time to this show. Really have a nice time, and best of luck for your journey as well.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ravi.